In part 1, we witnessed the birth of everything from Big Bang to the rise of early humans. But humanity's greatest story was only beginning. How did scattered tribes build the world's first civilizations? Why did mighty empires rise and then collapse? Who changed history forever with ideas, wars, discoveries, and revolutions? In this episode, we'll travel through thousands of years of humanity and human history, from the first cities and ancient kingdoms to world changing empires, scientific breakthroughs, global conflicts, and the dawn of the modern age. Every empire, every invention, every victory, and every disaster shaped the world you live in today. This is not just history, this is the incredible story of us. Welcome to the greatest story ever told, the complete history of humanity, the rise of empires to the future of civilization. Part 2. As civilization grew stronger, the ambitious rulers dreamed of expanding their influence beyond their borders. Small kingdoms merged into mighty empires that stretched across thousands of miles, connecting diverse peoples under a single rule. The Persian Empire built an efficient administration and an extensive network of roads that linked distant provinces. In the West, Rome expanded from a small city into one of the history's greatest empires, constructing roads, aqueducts, and magnificent cities that transformed daily life. In the East, powerful Chinese dynasties strengthened their rule, encouraging agriculture, trade, and technological innovation. These empires brought stability, encouraged commerce, and allowed ideas to travel farther than ever before. Yet they also faced constant challenges, rebellions, political rivalries, and wars that tested their strength. History shows us that no empire lasts forever, but the achievements they left behind would continue to influence future civilizations for centuries. The Silk Road, a world connected. Long before airplanes and the internet connected our worlds, another network united distant civilizations is the Silk Road, stretching thousands of kilometers across deserts, mountains, and seas. These trade routes carried far more than silk and spices. Merchants transported precious metals, paper, porcelain, medicines, and countless other goods between Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. Along these routes traveled scholars, explorers, artists, and religious teachers. New inventions, scientific discoveries, languages, and beliefs crossed borders, enriching societies in ways no army could achieve. The Silk Road transformed isolated civilizations into participants in a growing global exchange. It demonstrated that cooperation and commerce could be just as powerful as conquest. The world was becoming increasingly interconnected, laying the foundation for an even more global future. As ancient empires declined, new kingdoms and civilizations emerged across Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. This period, often called the medieval age, was a time of both hardship and the remarkable achievement. Many regions experienced political struggles and frequent wars, yet knowledge continued to survive. Monasteries and centers of learning carefully preserved ancient manuscripts, while scholars made important advances in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy. Trade expanded once again, and cities slowly grew into centers of commerce and culture. Magnificent cathedrals, mosques, temples, and universities reflected humanity's enduring desire to understand both the physical and spiritual worlds. Though often remembered for conflict, the medieval era was also an age of creativity, resilience, and intellectual progress that helped prepare the world for a new age of discovery, the age of exploration. By the 15th century, curiosity and ambition drove explorers towards unknown horizon. Equipped with stronger ships and improved navigation, they sailed into oceans that many believed held unimaginable dangers. Voyages led by daring captains revealed new trade routes for centuries. Goods, plants, animals, technologies, and ideas began moving across the globe on an unprecedented scale. These discoveries expanded humanity's understanding of the world, but they also brought conquest, colonization, and suffering for many indigenous people whose lands were claimed by distant empires. The age of exploration reshaped maps, economies, and cultures forever. It marked the beginning of a truly global world, one filled with opportunity, conflict, and lasting change. The rise of Western dominance. From the 16th century onwards, many Western European nations expanded their influence through exploration, scientific innovation, and industrial development. The balance of global power began to shift. The Industrial Revolution introduced machines that transformed manufacturing, transportation, and communication. Steam engines powered factories, railways connected distant cities, and new technologies accelerated economic growth. At the same time, colonial expansion brought immense wealth to some nations while causing exploration and hardship in many parts of the world. Resources, labor, and political control became central to global competition. Scientific discoveries and technological progress changed everyday life, setting the stage for the modern age. Yet this rapid transformation also created rivalries that would eventually lead to some of the most devastating conflicts in human history. The world was entering a new chapter, one of the unprecedented progress, but also profound challenges. As the 20th century began, the rapid industrial growth and fierce competition among powerful nations created rising tensions across the globe. Alliances formed, armies expanded, and mistrust deepened. In 1914, a single assassination ignited a conflict that became the First World War. For 4 longer years, the millions of soldiers fought in a muddy trenches while families endured unimaginable loss. Although peace eventually returned, the wounds remained unhealed. Only 2 decades later, an even greater conflict erupted, the Second World War. Spread across Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. Cities were reduced to rubble, millions of innocent civilians lost their lives, and humanity witnessed both extraordinary courage and devastating cruelty. These wars changed the course of history forever. They reveal the terrible cost of hatred and division, while also inspiring a global determination to seek lasting peace and cooperation. After the devastation of Second World War, the world faced an important question. How could humanity prevent such destruction from happening again? So, in 1945, nations came together to establish the United Nations, an organization dedicated to promoting peace, international cooperation, and dialogue between countries. At the same time, new institutions encouraged global trade, economic recovery, and humanitarian assistance. Former enemies rebuilt their relationships through diplomacy rather than conflicts. The world remained divided during the Cold War, with powerful nations competing politically, economically, and technologically. Yet, despite these tensions, international cooperation continued to grow. Humanity had begun to understand that many challenges war, poverty, disease, and environmental issues could only be addressed through collective action. The age of globalization. During the late 20th and early 21st centuries, technology transformed the world at an astonishing pace. Distance between these less important as transportation and communication connected people across continents. The internet revolutionized the way humans learn, work, and share ideas. Business expanded beyond national borders, and products made in one country reached homes thousands of kilometers away. Scientific breakthroughs improved medicines, agriculture, and space exploration. Information traveled across the globe in seconds, allowing cultures to exchange knowledge like never before. Globalization created remarkable opportunities for economic growth and innovation. Yet it also introduced new challenges, including economic inequality, environmental pressures, and the rapid spread of global crisis. The world has become most connected than ever before, making international cooperation increasingly important. Challenges of the modern world. Today, humanity stands at another turning point. Our greatest challenges no longer belong to a single nation, they affect the entire planet. Climate change threatens ecosystems and communities. New technologies such as artificial intelligence promise the incredible advances while raising important ethical questions. Global health crisis reminds us how deeply connected our lives have become. At the same time, scientific research continues to unlock new possibilities. Renewable energy, medical innovations, and international collaboration offer hope for a sustainable future. The decisions made by governments, scientists, businesses, and ordinary citizens today will shape the lives of generations yet to come. History teaches us that every challenge also brings an opportunity to innovate, to cooperate, and to build a better world. From a tiny spark at the beginning of the universe to a civilization capable of exploring space, humanity's journey has been extraordinary. Across billions of years, countless events have shaped the world called home. Empires have risen and fallen. Great thinkers have inspired generations. Scientific discoveries have transformed our understanding of the universe. While ordinary people have built families, communities, and cultures that continue to enrich our shared story. Yet, history is not merely a record of the past, it is a guide for the future. Every generation inherits the achievements and the lessons of those who come before. As we look toward the stars, search for a new knowledge, and work together to solve global challenges, one truth remains clear: the next chapter of human history has not yet been written. Its authors are not kings or emperors alone, they are all of us. The story of humanity continues, and its greatest passes may still lie ahead. And so, our journey comes full circle from the unimaginable power of Big Bang to the birth of stars, the formation of Earth, the rise of life, the first civilizations, mighty empires, scientific revolutions, and humanity's reach into space. We have witnessed an extraordinary story spanning nearly 13.8 billion years. History is more than a record of the past. It is the story of every discovery, every idea, every civilization, and every generation that helped shape the world we live in today. The next chapter has not yet been written. Every choice we make, Every innovation we create and every challenge we overcome becomes the part of humanity's continuing story. Perhaps one day future generations will look back on our time as the beginning of an ever greater age of exploration beyond Earth. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through time. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like, subscribe to my channel History Unfolded and share this video with a fellow history lovers. Until our next journey through time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember history is not behind us. We are making it every single day. The story of humanity continues.